Ready? All right. So code is a very very shifty, swift thinker. Right. So I gotta reveal some of what I do and how I do it. So like when it comes to demon slaying used to be one of the titles that I put on some of my social media. But demon slaying is an interesting thing. I prefer for others to slay their own demons, but you know, I gotta defend myself and I gotta keep my sword out of my bullshit helmet on. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, with the whole tribe, the whole group, it's easy. It was easy for me to speak about certain demons that I had seen in some of the individuals. So I'd make my live, and of course anybody affected by that live, you know, it make them feel some type of way, you know. And I knew that when I was making the lives. I knew that already. So you and I actually talked about this, and I was like, yeah, you know, I started making lives and certain people stopped watching. They tune in for a little bit, hear what I'm saying, and then they'd stop watching. Because it'd be aggravating. It'd be agitating them demons in me. You know? But I already knew what I was doing the whole time. So when you start looking at how and why everything went the way it did, it's because I already knew what I was doing the whole time. You see, it didn't take long for me to start looking at the patterns. Like I said, even you watched. I make a live, see who was in the live. It didn't matter if they were necessarily on camera or not. I'd see who was in the live, and then I just talk according to who was in the live and what kind of issues I seen, whether it's positive or negative. I just talk, you know. So at any point in time, the individuals that were being referred to in those moments, the demons, so to speak, they could have been accountable. They would have had some kind of statement to say about it. But I noticed, especially with the men would run away from the lives. They stopped watching. You know? And it was easy for me to tell. Like, they was quote unquote convicted by what I was saying. And it was agitated, pissing them off, as it should have. Because they should be doing better. They should have been doing better. Should have been doing better. You know, like when I talk about us being older, we gotta set a good example. So if I say something like, man, you too old to be doing that, of course, that's gonna agitate a demon. If you like not being mature, it's gonna agitate you. Like, wait a second, maybe I am too old to be doing that. Maybe I should be more mature. There's all these younger people, all these people younger than me. I should be setting a better example. I should. But if I don't want to set a better example, I just get upset at that statement.
Yes.
I just get upset, you know. And me being upset is from me being disappointed in myself. It ain't got nothing to do with the statement itself.
That's
it's just
right.
how I feel about myself. Mm-hmm. So we can do this all day, you know. So yeah, I always knew what I was doing, man. I just don't have the same worries. Like I don't have the same. It's a separate statement, but I don't have the worries that others have. Like, it may seem like I'm down and out at times, and I'm not. It's because I'm planning something. I already got something in line, and everything's been in motion. I like to do things, set them in motion, and then go on and do something else. Do something, set it in motion, go do something else. That's how I like to do it. Once I know it's running efficiently, I'm gonna go do something else.
What kind of things do you have in motion right now?
Oh, we got the Airbnb. We got everything in the garden, in the yard that we're doing. Everything we established online. Recorded the videos. So what else? Growing the food. We cooking the food. I always had a vision of growing food and the food being outside of the door of the kitchen. And I get to grow the food outside of the door of the kitchen, bring it straight in the kitchen, and then eat it. I set that into motion. It worked. It's something I always visualize.
We have food right outside the door of the kitchen.
Right outside the door. All the fruit that I want and I need is always around me, even if I don't go anywhere. Anyway, what I said in emotion. What else? What else we got? Because we got the Airbnb going. We could do two. We got the music.
We're still open to the guided tour group.
Got the guided tour. Man, it's a lot
But
of stuff.
the vehicle now doesn't hold as many people as it could.
Hey, we could do the one-on-ones, two.
Yeah.
Man, we can do it a lot of different ways.
Then we could totally focus on the guest.
But other than that, man, everything speaks for itself. I like the phrase "everything speaks for itself."
Everything
We're
speaks
already
for
here.
itself.
There's a certain environment here. There's a certain energy here. There's a certain energy here,
Yes.
inside, outside. Certain energy that it can only be felt. It can't be explained, and it's growing. It's peaceful. It's serene. Like it's great vibes. It's great vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you say? Never let the left hand know what the right hand gonna do. You know. So we got things in motion as usual. That one right there though, that's the great one. The Airbnb is the great one right there. That's
And it's
that's
really
residual.
doing well.
Yeah, that's residual right there. All we gotta do is clean up. You know. We already painted everything. I said that emotion. Painted everything. Rebuilt what we need to rebuild. Fix what we need to fix. Got it looking clean and beautiful in there. Little to zero mosquitoes.
Oh, and what the guest had, I asked the guest who had came from a kind of a stressful living situation where he was renting, and I said, I hope you're finding it, somewhat a better environment here, and he said, oh yes, it's so peaceful and so calm. He said, and you know what? The other night, for a moment I was concerned because I heard people raising their voice in the next room until I realized they were laughing and having a good time. He said, I haven't heard that in a long time. He said, it is wonderful here.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, yo. It's peaceful. I'm at peace with myself. I'm at peace with myself. It's a feeling. He said, Drew said something about agitated demons. It's like when you get to a certain point and you overcome your quote unquote demons and you get to see it in other people, your response is going to be different. By the way, it's digressing from the last conversation. Yeah, your response is going to be different. Like, as you and I talked about, me and Kaj talked about, like, seeing how she responds and seeing how I respond is different than how it used to be. You know, we ain't sitting here trying to slay all these demons and stuff like that. Now it's like, okay, I overcame it. It's out of me, right? It's out of me. So now I get to see it. I get to see it and then go, okay, this is what I've overcome. This behavior is what I've overcome. So it's really good to be going through that.
It's a great opportunity to clear up generational curses.
I planted a lot of seeds with this live. I planted a lot of seeds. Why is that? Okay. With everybody that's been here, planted a whole lot of seeds. And I guess it kind of makes sense now, like when it comes to me doing those lives and making the videos, why a certain character was so agitated, because he had a lot of demons. You know, a whole lot of, he's doing a whole lot of shit. And without the admission of what he was doing, they just stay inside. You know, they just stay inside. Like, okay, dude, it's gonna eat you alive if you just keep holding them in instead of just acknowledging what you're doing. You're not gonna be able to really distract yourself. Like, it's kind of how Liz said with the Oracle thing, like, it's worse when you're distracting yourself with a person. Instead of working on yourself, distracting yourself with a person is worse, because now you're going to be taking on whatever they haven't overcome either. You ever thought about that? You get to take on whatever they didn't overcome either.
Yeah.
So you got your stuff and their stuff. So it's better for you to overcome whatever you need to overcome within yourself, so that you can help others. As long as you're the best version of yourself, you have, by default, you have to end up helping others just by being yourself, because you're already overcome some of the things that they're struggling with.
I do.
You know, if there's things that you overcome that I haven't, all you have to do is be yourself, and that just seeing the patterns and the images of what you're doing and how you respond helps me, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
I think a mosquito got me. Chad, anything else? That's it. Well, I love myself.
Love myself.